Bill Clinton demands all Epstein files be released by DOJ as pedophile financier's victims claim thousands more pictures still being held from public. Bill Clinton has demanded that Trump's Department of Justice releases the rest of the Epstein files after he was featured in multiple images in the last drop. The former president, in a statement through his spokesman, said, "Someone or something is being protected. We need no such protection." Clinton called on Attorney General Pam Bondi to immediately release any remaining materials referring to, mentioning, or containing a photograph of Bill Clinton. He accused the DOJ of selective releases to imply wrongdoing about individuals who have already been repeatedly cleared by the very same Department of Justice over many years. Clinton further alleged that by not releasing the files, the DOJ would be confirming suspicions that its actions are about insinuation and not transparency. His statement comes as a group of 19 alleged victims of Epstein and his longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell accused the government of missteps in the partial release of the files. They accused the DOJ of violating the Epstein Files Transparency Act by withholding massive quantities of documents and failing to redact survivor identities. They argued that the failure to release the full trove of files and the DOJ's alleged lack of communication about its actions suggests an ongoing intent to keep survivors and the public in the dark as much as possible and as long as possible. The records that were released by the DOJ last week, including photographs, interview transcripts, call logs, court records, and other documents, were either already public or heavily blacked out, and many lacked necessary context. There were few revelations in the tens of thousands of pages of records that have been released so far. Some of the most eagerly awaited records, such as FBI victim interviews and internal memos shedding light on charging decisions, weren't there. This law, enacted by a nearly unanimous vote in the House and unanimously in the Senate, and signed by the President, was clear. It afforded no permission for delayed disclosure, the alleged victims wrote in the statement released Monday. Instead, the public received a fraction of the files, and what we received was riddled with abnormal and extreme redactions with no explanation. At the same time, numerous victim identities were left unredacted, causing real and immediate harm. The women accused the DOJ of violating the law by failing to release all the files and claimed that omissions by redactions also amounted to failure. "These are clear-cut violations of an unambiguous law," the statement read. Moreover, the partial